What a beautiful, nice, sunny day. Gonna be a perfect day for a ride. But what happens when a day like this turns into this? Well, today we're going to talk about some tips and tricks to get around rain, and also if you have to ride in rain, what to do in the rain as far as dealing with it. Well, hello. Welcome back. It's been a little bit. That's why we're getting the bike kind of set up and ready to go. Take a look in the air, everything. Things been parked for about a week. But, so like I said, today we're talking about rain and how to deal with it, how to get around it, how to use it to your advantage. First of all, rain is good. Makes plants grow. Plants like it. Grass likes it. Corn likes it. All the vegetables you eat, well, you wouldn't have them because of rain. Everything, basically rain kind of is one of the rain drops water, which is one of the cornerstones of life. However, when you ride a motorcycle, well, rain just means being cold, getting wet, being annoyed, not being able to see out past your windshield, all that fun stuff. But, well, first of all, if you're one of those that is I don't do rain, will not ride, and even if there's a slightest hint of a chance of rain, then just skip this video because it's a waste of your time. But for those of us who live in reality, who understand that yes, we do an outdoor sport and you probably might encounter rain every once in a while, stay tuned. So, a few things I do to kind of keep around rain. Of course, first thing is check forecast. This is easy. I mean, we all have smartphones that have internet on them. Go to weather.gov. They have forecasts. Weather.com, Weather Underground. There's so many places where you can get a forecast. And it takes like 2 seconds to see, okay, what's the weather going to be today? Saw a post on Facebook this recent weekend of a few motorcycles got trapped up on Beartooth Pass in Wyoming in snow. And I remember seeing the forecast beforehand, and they were saying there's going to be snow in higher elevations. Maybe a simple check of the forecast, maybe they would have avoided it. Who knows, maybe they saw it and just didn't care, but simple check of the forecast, that can help you kind of plan out your day a little bit better. And you can use this to your advantage because, hey, plan out your day a little bit. The storm is supposed to come in the afternoon, get up early, go for a ride. If it's weekend, Saturday's a washout, Sunday isn't, well, go for a ride on Sunday. To me, it seems like one of the easiest ways to figure things out. And tying into that, using apps, I think, is a very important thing. I have an app. It's called Storm Tracker. It's a good one. It's on Android. It's by the Weather Channel. It's pretty nice. You pull it right up. It brings up the radar, and you can scroll the radar around. It shows storm tracks. You can double click on any place in the world and it'll give you the forecast for that place. And I was trying it earlier, I was pulling up Iraq and Australia and everywhere. So that's another good thing, especially if you got a smartphone. Use it and download it. Maybe you encounter a storm, you can find a way around the storm. You can plan things out a little bit. You can see what that cloud in the west is actually doing. You can see if it's hail or something. Maybe it's time to get underneath a barrier. And here's another important deal. So those first 2 steps, that was what to do to get around the rain. Now you're in the rain. Well, now you want to do. Well, first thing you want to do is you want to have good rain gear, and you want to keep it with you. And honestly, there's been many times I've gone for a ride when it wasn't supposed to rain, and I've run into rain. So, keeping the rain gear, keeping it with you is an absolute must. And also knowing where that rain gear is. You know, you should know right where it is. I know right where mine is. And also, well, this is 10-year-old rain gear, but frankly, let's look at it. It's not that big. Seriously, that's easy to keep with you. That will easily fit in a saddlebag. And honestly, it was like $100. This is pretty cheap gear. It works. It does the trick. I'm in a fairly arid area. We don't deal with the rain as much. If you're in a much wetter area, you might want to invest in some really good, fancy rain gear. But also, don't forget it, because it never fails. You forget it, it will rain on you. So another part of this, when you're riding in the rain, is make sure you're visible. If your rain gear doesn't have any kind of reflective in it, you might want to invest in some kind of a reflective vest. This one I got here, it was $80. Pretty simple, lightweight. Also, you can use it any other time to protect yourself, but you want to be sure you're as visible as possible. You know, make sure all your lights work, all of that, because you get in that road spray, it's really hard to see, and you definitely want to be seen as much as you possibly can. And also understand you're not going to be seen that well, so maybe be a little bit more prepared for what traffic will do, increase following distance, all that stuff. Also, if it does start raining, pick a safe place to put on your gear. Try to avoid putting it on the side of the interstate if at all possible. Like if you see the rainstorm coming, if you're at the gas station, maybe put it on beforehand. If you have no choice, maybe if you can find an off-ramp, take an off-ramp. You know, if you're going to go under a bridge, make sure you're all the way over the side of the road and kind of up as far as you can. You're probably going to get company if there's other riders out, but try to find the safest spot possible to put on your rain gear, and that's where knowing exactly where your rain gear comes into play, because you want to get off the side of the road as quickly as you possibly can. And if it's something like a light rainstorm you think you can ride through, you know, just ride through it. You got a bike like mine, a Honda Goldwing, big fairing. Honestly, the rain's probably going to go right over your head. Alright, also, keep your windshield clean. The reason I keep towels and bike cleaner with me, it isn't just to make sure the bike's shine. I'm not obsessed with shining a bike. A lot of it's to keep my windshield clean. Especially in a rainstorm, you're dealing with road grime. Your windshield and your motorcycle visor are just going to get full of gunk. So make sure you're keeping them clean. Especially if you're riding through all day rain, make sure you're cleaning them at every single stop and cleaning them as needed. And like I said, make sure you got some kind of cleaner you can use on them. You know, try to avoid using the squeegee at the gas station. I mean, you could use it, but especially if your windshield's still good, you don't want to use it because they might have rocks and all kinds of grime on it, because everybody and their dog is using that to clean their windshield and scrub off their headlights and scrub off the front of their grill and all that stupid stuff. So, you know, try to keep your own cleaning supplies for that. And also, and lastly here, make sure you're storing your gear right. When you get done with rainstorm, and yeah, you throw it in the bag, whatever, get going, but when you get stopped for the night, make sure you pull that gear out, make sure you're hanging it up to dry. You don't want to store it wet, because honestly, you're going to store it wet, and it's going to mold, and then you're going to have ruined gear. And also, like I said earlier, make sure you actually put it back on the bike, because that'll be the one time that you do not have it, is the one time it's going to rain on you. So there you have it, friends. We talked about how to survive the rain. It's pretty simple, you know. Step 1, you want to check the forecast. Step 2, you want to use your apps on your smartphone. Step 3, get rain gear and keep it with you. 4, be visible. Find a safe place is number 5 to put on your gear. Keep your windshield and visor clean, and store the gear right. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned in. We got some big stuff coming up in July. We got a trip to Colorado coming up over the 4th. Going to take a little weekend trip there. So we should have some cool videos there. And then at the end of the month, we're going to head up towards Glacier National Park for a week. And we're going to finish the week out in Yellowstone. So we got some big things coming up here in July. Just kind of a payback for, you know, me basically being MIA for the entire month. But like I said, take care, friends, and keep riding safe. We'll see you next time.